In this chapter, we will learn how to configure a visual graphic task dashboard for a quick overview. The team can view their tasks at a glance, seeing what everyone is concerned about and responsible for, without having to wander through a bunch of tedious task lists. We have added relevant test data in the task collection to show the differences in the task dashboard. In the Kanban view, you can also intuitively see the status of tasks. To display the task dashboard, name it Personal Panel. Select a display icon for it. Click OK and move the Personal Panel before the Task Management page. Click Add Block and select the Charts data block. In the Chart block, we click to add a block. Select the Tasks collection under Chart. Use Main Tasks collection, then first select Measures. We need to select ID under Measures to count the number of task IDs. Next, for the dimension, we select Task Status. We can also name the title Task Statistic. For field, choose Task Status, which we previously selected for Statistic, then change it to a column chart. Then for the series field, we select Task Status again. After the configuration, we click Run Query and check the series field again. You can see the graph has changed into the column chart we want to show. The series is displayed by the Task Status field, and the Y-axis shows the number of IDs. If we want multi-dimensional and same-level statistics, we can add more dimensions here. If we also want to add Task Assignee as a dimension, select Task Assignee Nickname. Click Run Query, and the nickname will show up in the series. Its series field has changed to Task Assignee Nickname. If you feel the chart is not intuitive enough, we can click Is Group to group it. We have added 4 users in the system. For each user, their respective task statuses are shown. Note that we have changed the nickname of Super Admin to NocoBase to make it more explicit. If we want to show the overall numbers, we can choose to stack. First, turn off Is Group, then enable Is Stack for a stack display. It can also show how many tasks each person handles. So we have simply added a column chart, and the corresponding task display is done. Next, we will learn how to filter the data. Click OK to insert the chart. Under Chart Configure, we can set the graph again. Here we can also set a filter. By directly filtering graph data, we add the condition Task Status is none of, and select the boxes to exclude the 2 task states canceled and archived. Click Run Query, you can see they are omitted. We're not showing those 2 states in the chart, so they don't appear in the display. Here, we'll temporarily turn off the filter. After inserting the chart, we can click the small icon in the upper right corner to duplicate, copying the configured chart to facilitate quick settings. Let the left chart display a stack and the right chart display a group. After separately displaying grouped and stacked charts, we will learn how to perform dynamic filtering. Choose Filter under Add Block. In the filter, we need to filter by task status, task assignee, and start date, end date, respectively. Make a simple page adjustment. Change the date filter of start date and end date to Is Between. Here, we can change the title field to Nickname. After configuring the dynamic filter field, we can also configure a custom filter. Create a custom filter field, which is only available in the chart. It supports editing the field's title, description, filter operator, and default value to make filtering more in line with our business needs. Click on Configure Fields again, select Custom option. We name the title Status. Check Checkbox Group. Add the task statuses we previously had in the tasks collection. Here, we have added the 6 task statuses. We can set a default value. Check the first 4 as the default filter fields. Click OK to add the default filter. we need to return to the chart configuration. Configure the chart. We add the condition, task status is any of check the current filter status. Click Run Query to see the result. Then click OK. Refresh the page. After refreshing, the current filter status has been applied to the stacked column chart. We will also add a filter to the group chart, task status is any of, with the same condition as before. Click OK to see the filter results. Here we also check archived status, which can display correctly. We will enable the reset button. A simple test. You can see that the chart block filters normally. Then we make a simple layout adjustment for this page. In editor mode, we need to delete the dynamic filter option for task status. Then move task assignee after the status item. Now the page layout is complete. In the personal panel interface for task management, we might want a very practical feature, a statistics chart where clicking on its number jumps to the corresponding task management list and move it to the top of the personal panel interface. In Chart Add block, we select Tasks. Add the count of IDs as the measures. No need for a dimension. Set its title to Not Started Status. Select ID as the field. Here we need to add a filter for task status. Filtering by task status equals not started. Click Run Query to display the statistic chart for not started. Currently, the number of not started tasks is 13. Remove the title ID to hide it. Click OK to add the not started statistic chart. Drag the statistic chart to the top of the page. Then duplicate it. We copied a total of 6 data items. Here, change it to In Progress. In Progress also counts the ID and clicking Query shows 12. Move In Progress after Not Started. Similarly, we configure the rest. At this point, each status's statistics are basically set, displaying the number of tasks for each status. Next, we will configure link jumping and filtering for the statistic charts that correspond to the current task status. Configure a link filter. After jumping to the Task Management page, the tasks in Task Management are filtered. We check the address in the browser's address bar, then extract the part after admin/. Copy the characters beyond the domain name, then go to the personal panel page. In editor mode, configure Not Started. In the Not Started statistic chart, there is an option called Link. Paste the copied link content there. Click OK to save. Now, when we hover over Not Started again, we see the cursor has turned into a hand. Then we can click to jump. Let's try clicking here. It jumps to the Task Management page. Upon arriving, there's no filter for the current task list, so we need to go back to the personal panel and configure again. Under the Not Started statistic chart, we need to append parameters to the address. We do it like this, meaning that after the parameters prefix, we access tasks that are not started. If we need multiple parameters, we can connect them with an &n. Then click OK. Access the Not Started statistic chart, and on arrival, we need to set the current tasks table block data scope. Add a condition. Task status is URL search param. Task status. Click OK. Apply to filter the tasks. Now, when the page jumps with task status not started, we can filter all tasks on the Task Management page, showing only those whose status is not started. Here, we exit UI editing mode and return to the Personal Panel page. Then click Not Started again. When accessing, the task status is filtered to Not Started. After setting the dynamic link filter, we need to learn about other data charts for visualization. In plugin management, we need to enable the commercial eCharts plugin. eCharts plugin provides more personalized chart configurations, have their own display methods and interface styles. Here, we will copy a new chart and configure it. We likely still count the number of IDs and the dimension is task status, turning off filter conditions. We won't set a title here. Under chart type, we can choose radar. Click Run Query and the radar chart style will be displayed. You can also set the aspect ratio here. When set to 1:1, the radar chart becomes larger. You can also set a theme, for example, the Wonderland theme. Show different radar styles. When the radar chart is not fully visible, we can set its radius. After setting, we should disable Show Legend. Now it fully displays. After configuration, we will save the current radar chart. Adjust the chart position so the radar chart appears after the previous column chart. After setting up the radar chart, we also remove the title of the column charts to make the graphs look better. Next, we will explore more chart containers. We can choose eCharts below, such as word cloud. The dimension field to display is the task name. A word cloud appears in real time. To make the word cloud more appealing, we can add a title, Task Name Distribution, showing how task names are distributed. We can also set a funnel chart that shows the task status field. Under Chart Type, choose Funnel, which displays a funnel view of task statuses. We can choose a dual-axis line chart. A dual-axis line chart requires adding measures, such as the number of document IDs linked to the task. We created an inverse field in the Tasks collection. If you can't find the field, please create an inverse field in Tasks. Here, we find Documents ID, count its number. We can also choose the document title and count it. It can be shown in a dual-axis format, displaying how many IDs each task status has and how many documents are associated with each status. Set a diverging bar chart, the number of tasks with each status, and the number of documents for each status. We have learned how various chart containers display different styles. You can use different charts to display different data. Next, we'll wrap up this chapter about chart configuration and leave a mini challenge. Add the remaining in progress to be reviewed, completed, canceled, and archived statuses with URL parameters so that all statistic charts are clickable and can jump and successfully filter on the task management page. Then add a custom checkbox group filter item for the assignee, just like the checkbox group for status, with the default value set to the current user's nickname shown in the chart block's filter block. See you in the next chapter.